My dad was a transmigrator. In this world where he had no one, he almost died on the streets. My mom had a soft heart and took him in. That's how my dad became the Shen family's live-in son-in-law. He always said it didn't matter, boy or girl, same thing. But my mom wasn't having it. After having me, all she wanted was a son. When he couldn't change her mind, he put everything into me. He told me, a girl who works hard can still climb all the way to the top and make everyone bow at her feet. Mom didn't believe it, I did. And eventually I really did sit on that throne. Dad said he came from another world, where men and women were equal. Women could study and hold office. Marriage was a choice. When he first got here, he was totally lost. Didn't know the rules, couldn't make a living. Almost starved and froze to death on the street. Until my mom took pity on him and brought him home. My grandpa only had my mom as his daughter. He saw my dad was good looking, a little off, but reasonable enough. So he let him marry in as a live-in husband. Less than a year later, my mom gave birth to me. My dad was the only one in the family who was happy. He carried me around bragging to everyone. Said I was his first blood relative in this strange new world. My mom and grandpa? Just disappointment written all over their faces. Dad didn't get it. Back where he came from, having a daughter was something to celebrate. He tried to reason with my mom. Talked about equality. Said daughters could take care of their parents too, and bring honor to the family. Mom just went silent and kept drinking those bitter fertility potions. Dad's heart slowly went cold. He knew you can't change a grown adult's mindset, so he poured every bit of his hope and love into me. Dad said later. He looked down at me lying in that cradle and made himself a silent promise. His daughter would never live the same old life as every other woman here. He'd give me everything he could, including freedom and the right to choose. After taking over Grandpa's business, Dad got busy fast. But every time he came home from a trip, he'd bring gifts for me and Mom. Big things like gold and jewelry, small things like candied skewers and street toys. He'd buy it all for me if he could. My dad had a serious talent for business. Grandpa used to run a fabric shop. Dad took it over and went hard on expanding. Not just fabric, he started selling ready-made clothes too. He'd hire pretty girls to wear the outfits and do a little runway walk in the store. Those clothes would get snatched up by fashion-loving girls in no time. Dad would always bring me nice clothes too. But as the business grew, he came home less and less. Mom would wait at the door every single day, and all she'd get were things the servants brought back. In less than 5 years, we weren't just a fabric shop anymore. Braised food, hot pot, a market, you name it. Shops nobody had ever heard of before. And they made us the richest family in the whole county. But Mom was in tears every day, and the way she looked at me kept getting colder. She'd say it all the time. You should have been a boy. I used to push back. Dad says it doesn't matter, boy or girl. I can hold my own just the same. And Mom would laugh, that sarcastic, mocking laugh. Then out of nowhere, Dad appeared behind us. He waved me over and I ran straight to him. He picked me up just like he always did. Bounced me a little in his arms to check if I'd lost weight. When he saw I hadn't changed, he finally relaxed. He looked at me with those soft eyes and said, my fubao's all grown up. Come with Dad from now on. Time to see the world. Dad told me later. He'd realized back then that money alone wasn't enough. In a world built on rank and status, merchants were at the bottom. His daughter, out on her own one day, would get walked all over just because of who her family was. He had to move up. For me, he was willing to do anything. That night, Mom and Dad had their first huge blow-up. Mom said,